Morning, everybody. Oops, just knock the rig. Trying to talk nice and softly because I'm so close to the rig. Come on. Yep, there we go. So, rightio. There we are. Hello, Tanya. How are you? Okay. So, we're doing... I need to get a dish. We're doing Springtime Tea Party this week. There we go. Sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about that sound. You guys caused that, not me. Well, there's my bits out of my remember word. What's this? Maybe I'll get it photographed today. I'll tell you what. Do you know why I haven't released the new Springtime Tea Party? Right, somewhere. Springtime Tea Party bead and sequin mix, because they're a bugger to photograph. Oh, they're messy. It's a messy thing to do. This heart vellum is now available. Now, I just did a little bit of an experiment. So, lighting and power supply. So on the weekend when we were talking about, I was trying to get all these little things to stay in the bag. When we were talking about the strobing, it's power supply. So I just thought, oh, it's not strobing. I'll, try a second light. Oh no, it started strobing, and then I turned the light off, and it, well, I've got two lights now, but it was a third light. The little one, the little round one, this little guy. Let's see if I can bring it around without knocking things. Tried this little one. He's metal. He's a price piece of proposition. So it's for makeup bloggers. When you do makeup videos, he's for. Not that I'm going to do that. So it still strobed even once I turned it off. Not until I turned it off at the power board and made sure there was no, so it's even residual drain on the power. So that's really interesting. I find electricity quite scary because it is scary. Okay. Let's get all the bits out of here. So there's a lot in here. Oh, and there's a flare button. I don't know. Clinton's made any of that flare button yet. I might have to talk to him about making some. I'm not sure if it's up. I should have a look. Rightio. Geez, that's messy. So I've got lots of bits, and I've done lots of fussy cutting. I haven't done all of it. I never do all of it. I just don't quite get there. So we're not going to use the remember today. We'll leave that for our scrapbooking class tomorrow night. Oh, geez. Is a bit funny. Oh, okay. Hello, Robin. I'm dry at the moment. I hope you're very wet. No rain at all, Tanya. It's overcast. It's wintry. Oh, it could rain later today, but it's a bit overcast and wintry, kind of. Hello, Beryl. My two kids with the flu, not COVID. It's actually a very nasty. Yeah, Kathy, that flu that is really, really bad that's going around the whole country, it seems to be going around, is worse than COVID in some respects. I'm sure it's not like as fatal, but it's a nasty, nasty flu. We've had quite a few customers have that nasty flu. It's really scary, especially in older people and young people. Hello, Diane and Diane. Hello, Cheryl. But yeah, hopefully the kids feel better soon. Bit funny. Oh, I don't want to know really what the subtitles were saying, Tanya. Oh, that's a bit scary. Hello, Heather. How are you? Oh, Heather, Quentin reckons you're coming to our June virtual retreat. Your first virtual retreat with us, I think. You are going to love it. So if you haven't, the bookings were meant to close, and so you can't automate pulling things down. Just so you know, you can't automate when things come down off websites. You've got to remember that when your online store is as big as ours. Otherwise, it takes too many things down. So you've got to, you can't automate that. Bookings closed for our June virtual retreat last Friday. But because we didn't want anyone, we've just left it open for the moment. We'll just leave it open for a couple of days. And if you've missed it, you probably need to organise it. And payments were due on Friday too, if you haven't paid. Some people pay when they book and some people don't. Because sometimes, like when we put them out like 6 months in advance, some people don't want to pay until closer, which is fair enough. So I've got from my 2 fussy cut sheets. I hope we were meant to fussy cut 2 sheets. I didn't really look. Maybe I should look now. Oh, hello, Diane. Diane's over on YouTube as well. What are we in? We're in week 19. 19. Yes, we're meant to fussy cut 2 sheets. Oh, thank goodness for that. Have my flu vaccine and still wear a mask. Yeah, Heather, you've got to be careful. I was sick for 3 weeks, Beryl. Wow. Yeah, it's going to be fun, Heather. Does anyone else feel a bit out of focus? Oh, is it out of focus? It is strobing just here. So I've got 3 bits of card. And so the light strobing is power supply. We changed power boards. We are a little concerned that there is, they were talking about power rationing. I'm concerned. To say I'm concerned is an understatement. I didn't think they would do it, but they, since not last Friday, the Friday before, we've had power issues. So the strobing is actually, the power supply to the lights is not enough for the lights to work properly. Not work properly, but it slows down their on off. So LED lights are actually on off the whole time continuously. It's really, really fast. The human eye can't see it. But when you record a video, it's the shutter opens and closes. So we've slowed the recording speed right down to the lowest possible level, like it's old school TV recording level. Doesn't seem to have affected the quality. We hope it hasn't, but yeah, when the power supply is low, the lights actually slow down even further, which means that they get further out of sync with the recording device. So I've got my 2 frames. I'm going to put them aside for tomorrow night. And I've got the 2 pieces of plain white. And we've got a piece of this pearlescent white stuff. And I'm still scraping sequins off it. We'll put our vellum over here. We'll try and use our vellum. And then we've got lots of fussy cuts. So I'm thinking we'll make an easel card. Because we've got enough stuff. And when I've got enough stuff, I'm going to make something I can make. Oh, letting things go up. I'm going to say hello to everyone else that I haven't said hello to. Hello, Trish. Hello, Quentin. Writing not clear. That's a bit crappy. It seems clear on mine. My site's not greatest. We've still got this strobing over here. Let me just pull this out. Let me... just... No, wrong PowerPoint. Let me pull this one out. Nope, wrong PowerPoint. Let me pull this one out. I'm actually going to... Is that better? No, that has not improved. Bugger. I pulled more out of the powerboard. Sorry about that. Hello, Diane. Hello, Beth. Reach forward. Your shoulder is in focus. Yes. Oh, okay. So it's not focusing here. My shoulder's in the view right now. Hello, Kathy. Just a little clearer mind, said Cheryl. We'll try YouTube. Yeah, it's just really badly strobing. Let's just turn this one off. No, it's not that one. Let's turn this one off. Right. See, now I know why people have dark, gloomy videos. Because, yeah, I actually have a funny feeling it could be that big light that Quentin's put up. I wonder. Oh, wow. Sorry, we're fluffing around here. So sometimes it'll work when we're doing a recording. How's that? No, that's worse. It'll be right. So let's cut a 6-inch by 12-inch piece. No, let's not. Let's cut a 5 3/4 inch by 11.5 inch piece. It's mood lighting of this white pearly stuff. So it's a 5 3/4 by 11.5. Then let's cut a, so from the leftover piece, let's cut a 6-inch by 6-inch piece. So let's put that aside. That's our base. This is what we're going to decorate on. Then let's cut a, oh, look at all the sequins. This one's just attractive. I don't know what I'm going to do. I probably need to have a look. What? Where it's plugged in. So I can't plug. I've got a 4-banger plug over here on the wall in my studio, in my part of the studio. I can't use it because the electrician that the builder got to wire up our, so when we built this extension, that wired up our entertainment area that's over in the back corner of the yard that was here, but we picked it up with a crane and moved it. So the electrician that wired that up just twitched it onto the PowerPoint in my studio. We don't know who the electrician was because it was a subby of a subby. And we've had to have it all disconnected because It's bad juju. So we've got that all disconnected. So I've got a 4-banger just here that I can't, or 4-point PowerPoint thing that's got special things so it can run like lights, and it can run heat tools and all sorts of things and computers at the same time. It's not working. So I have to go to one over there. Reach forward. Okay. Okay for Heather. Okay. So this one, this is actually paper 1 from Flower Power. So let's make it just a tiny border like that of the white. So let's make this one, let's make this one 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. So this is not necessarily the be all and end all of how to make a easel card, right? But this is how I do it. Let's have a look what else I've got here. So we want to use some vellum. That's not going to work on that. Oh dear, these sequins are a bit of an issue. Let's do a bit of this. So this is paper 3 from Springtime Tea Party. Now, Springtime Tea Party was the first paper collection we released. So let's do a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 inch. We can always change these. This was not the first collection I designed. This was the second collection I designed. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to have the first one released on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the first one I designed on Friday. So we're going to do Redwood Farm on Friday night. Now, Redwood Farm's the first one I designed. So then let's do a piece in here. Let's do a 4 inch by 4 inch piece from our scrap. We've got a white scrap. So let's do a 4 inch by 4 inch. Obviously, this is a thank you card because our flare button says thanks. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut the middle out of this purple piece. Sorry, I'm thinking. And maybe we need to tap into my brain so you can hear what I'm thinking. Maybe not. Maybe that wouldn't be a good thing. So we're going to cut the middle out of this, and then we're going to use this to frame that 4 by 4 piece. So then we're going to use it around here, so it's not wasted. So let's straighten that up. So if I cut this nice and neat, I wouldn't need to do this step right now. So let's do a 4 1/8 by 4 1/8 so that we mimic the tiny border of... Okay, let's just get this nice and neat. It's got that there. Then we put this on top. I think this is German. we're going to put that there and that there. But then what we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of this on here. So let's cut this vellum. Make sure this is straight. Let's cut a piece that is, and I want to use this pink corner. Let's start with a piece that's 3 7/8, so it's an 1/8 of an inch short of 4 inches. And when I do an easel card, sometimes I do actually use 1/8 a bit. Now, sticking this on, this is going to be fun because your adhesive will be seen. We don't sell vellum adhesives. We learnt a long time ago that vellum adhesives actually don't like Central Queensland. They go off in your albums. They actually unstick because of the humidity. What do we think of that? So then what we can do is we'll have our thanks flare button. And then, you know, if we're going to use cakes or whatever we're going to use, I don't know what we're going to do, we can use those to hold this on. Do you know what I mean? Like they'll be, whatever we put here will hold the vellum in place. We'll use that as our, so it could go a little bit of an Alice-y theme. If you didn't realise, there's a slight Alice in Wonderland theme to Springtime Tea Party. I don't mind this. I'm liking the look of this. So when I schedule things on you, so I put the info thing up, for the group and that, and I try and save myself some time by putting like the links and the description and all that in first. So in doing so, I have to come up with what I'm kind of going to do. So it's like 5 minutes before class and I'm going, oh, what on earth am I going to do? So that's when I go, okay, I'm going to make an easel card and it's going to be shabby chic and it's going to be layered. So obviously I've had to decide for tomorrow night and I think I'm going to do a double. So if I don't, I have to change that afterwards. I like the purple. You can actually see some things haven't changed. There's another piece of paper. The whole barcode. So this barcode font costs a lot of money. The license for it doesn't work. Don't work. Barcodes don't work. That's crap. Some things haven't changed. So I still have that the same, but it's right over. I now put little pictures on. So this is 7.3 is SF on your remote, you know, on your TV remote. And then 2.4 is CG, Cottage Garden, and then this is paper 1. And that's so we have, because we use 5-digit codes in our system, like, I don't have any packaging here. But on your packets, if it's got a price and a code, unless we've made it, it's custom for you, it'll have like a 5-digit code. The dots are the same and they're 5 of the papers, 5 of the pattern papers. So I've had to shuffle this along. And each collection has a different font that we use down here, a different commercially licensed font we own. Springtime Tea Party one is, I think I've only used it one other time. It's a bit of a bugger. But yeah, I try and, so these web address and this is coloured from the paper. So this is pattern pack. This is the dirt one is there, and the web address there is the dirt one. This is the frame from paper number 5. Paper 5's frame is those. This is the back of paper 6, back of paper 3, paper 1, paper 1, paper 4. So yeah, some things have changed, some things have not. But this glitter's interesting. So our backstop down the bottom, sorry, I digressed. Let's try and kind of emulate it a little, like that maybe. And then some people, when they do a backstop, just like stick a flare button there. I like to have a, you know, I like to have a nice little significant backstop. That's too big. That's going to be too big. It's going to be too big. Something like that. And then you can put a sentiment here or write something. Let's do that. So this was 5 3/4 wide. Oh, I better look at the, it's fine for me, says Diane. Said to say hello. She's in the shop. Hello, Janice. Sorry about that. I use Brads to my vellum to hold it in place. Yes, Brads are really good, Lorraine. Brads are a really good option. Eyelets are too. A bit finicky, but eyelets are good. Looks so cute. Thank you, Tanya. Cute and so quick. Yep. To this point, it's quick. So this is our main piece, and it's 5 3/4 wide. I'm just going to get my little electrical so I don't have to move everything. Shove that across. I don't know what it's going to say. Things going to say about shove. Oh, this one's got the squeakiness. So let's do a backstop that's 5 1/2 inches by 2 inches. I'm a bit of a creature of habit. Yep, I am. 5 1/2 by 2. So that means that this will be 1 7/8. So it's, yeah, the other one's easy to show you. It is much easier to show you on here because it's right there. So it's 1/8 of an inch. We're going to do 1 7/8. So it's 1/8 of an inch short of our 2 inches. So it's there. Is that straight? By, so 1/8 of an inch short. 1/8 of an inch short of our 5 1/2 is 5 3/8. So 1 2 3. So it's right there. So then we're going to do 1 3/4 out of our paper number 3, which is this German print side. So I do try and emulate from top to bottom, and I probably should have done this one. I probably should have scheduled my classes better by 5 1/4. Yep, 1 3/4, not 2 1/4. I probably should have organised my classes a bit better. So it's 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So that we did this one like 2 weeks ago, like before Mother's Day. Yeah. So then we've got this little piece, and it is 4 inches long, and let's make it 1 1/2 inches. So 4 inches by 1 1/2 inches. Let's see how that looks. So I always err on the side of caution and make it slightly bigger than I think I might like, so that what I can do is I can always trim a little bit off it. And then when we put this little guy here, and this like that, then you can cut a little sentiment, stamp something, or write something there. Oh yeah, let's get rid of it. always devastating when I get to Wednesday night and I don't have enough stuff for a page. But I think I've got plenty for a page. I've got 2 half sheets. And about a third. Got some vellum. I've got 2 pieces of cardstock and 2 frames and lots of fussy cuts. Okay, so we're going to start sticking. I'm going to get my distressor out. I think we're going to do some de-stressing. Let's move our bits in here and have a look at what else we need to cut out of. So let's just distress it all first and then hack the middle out of things. Well, we've already done it here because we needed this to do that. So that means that I've just got to hold this a little bit better. Blunt scissors, like kids' scissors, are better for this than your fussy cutting scissors. Don't wreck your fussy cutting scissors distressing with them. But the sharper the scissors, the more likely you are to have incidents and rips and cuts and things like that. Oh, the morning can't stay for this. Go to coffee mornings on Tuesday, so I'll watch it once I get home. Have a great day. Happy crafting. Well, thank you, Lorraine. Sorry I missed that. It's Lorraine's message over on YouTube. There you go, Janice. Hope you saw that, Quentin, that Antonia said hello to Janice. This is a little bit Janice's cup of tea, this card, so just wait a second. Do you need to come in? Sorry, just got to go and let Madeline in the back door because it's cold and it's probably spitting. Do you need to come in? Okay, come on quickly. It's cold, is it? Sorry about that. Cats and kids, you know how it is. Never worked with children and animals. One of those in my new order, next order. Oh, awesome, Tanya. Which I think left yesterday. Oh, or was it next order you're going to do that you're working on in your shopping cart? You do know that you can, if you log into the online store, you can actually go and have a look at all the things you've bought. You've got wish lists in there you can make. What else have you got? But you can check what you've got. If you book into retreats and you choose to pay later, you could actually go and find orders you've not paid for, and like by clicking on my account, and you can actually go in and pay for past orders. I know Dot does that. I know Dot's done that. She's checked on things and paid for orders, past orders, by just going in and finding them and clicking on the pay option. Haven't done it myself, but oh, I actually have with American Order. They went in and they edited it and added my postage, my Lindy's order, when we buy Lindy's. And we buy a lot of Lindy's, so we only have to buy Lindy's like once a year because the freight is horrendous from the US at the moment. So we try and only buy once a year with stuff like Lindy's. And we'll be doing that with 49 and Market as well. Because, yeah, the freight's just too high. So we just do one massive big order and get enough to last us a really long time. So we mostly buy flowers. We do buy paper occasionally from 49 and Market, but we just buy a lot of flowers from them. We have a lot of their flowers in stock. But yeah, I've gone in. They just sent me an email and said, oh, it's ready to go. And I logged back into my account because they run the same online store software as us. And log into my account, my customer profile, and I went and found the order. And I just clicked on it and paid. It was pretty simple. Okay, so let's look at this. I don't think we're going to distress the pearly stuff. I just don't think it will look nice. I think it might just look a bit much. So if you're not going to distress the pearl white here, I would say don't distress it here, here, and here, and here. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I don't usually distress my fussy cut pieces. But if I don't distress all the fussy cuts, it's okay. So we're going to cut the middle out of this glitter piece down here on the bottom. We're going to leave the teal with the writing on, or the aqua with the writing on whole. There. And then behind here, we're going to cut the middle out of this piece of glitter. So we need all we can get tomorrow. And then what we're going to do, let's move that there. So let's take this piece and center it on this German writing. And get a pencil. Because we've cut the middle out, I'm just going to trace the middle. And then I'm going to hack that middle piece out. So when you make an easel card, it is really quite important that you make sure that you alleviate as much weight as possible so it doesn't collapse. Now we are going to add a little bit of these bits elsewhere on the card just to make it a bit stronger. If that makes sense. There's a couple of spots where we just need to give it a little bit of a helping hand to make it stronger. So we still need that. I'm going to put that there. So let's start sticking these together. Okay, I need to read the messages. Next order I'm working on. Oh, there you go, Tanya. So you can work on an order and put it aside. And from me sitting at the airport waiting to get on my plane to New Zealand. Oh, we'll have a lovely, lovely time in miss my crafting. There are no craft shops there. Yeah, I know. It's so hard for everyone in NZ, Sue. When our New Zealand customers visit family here in Gladstone, they do buy quite a bit. Yeah, because it's really hard for them to get stuff in NZ. Have a safe trip, Sue. Enjoy yourself. And, yeah, mostly just have a safe trip. So let's stick these two together first, because sticking this down like this can end up with a skewed effect. So if you stick the words to it first, you get a better effect. And we've all seen me stick things the wrong way around because I'm talking too much and it doesn't always work. Where are we at? We're at an hour and a bit. Oh, hello, Debbie. That's if you can get it from the States. Bought some online stuff in September last year and still waiting for it because UPS isn't sending to Australia. Oh, Debbie. Now, interesting thing, Debbie. UPS are sending to Australia from the US. We do get UPS from the US, but they pick and choose. Because we are business, somehow we are on a different tier or something. Yeah, you could get it redirected to another freight company. I have heard of people doing that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stick this to our base. It's just Madeline with her bell letting me know where she's going to sit. I do like to make sure it sticks well. Be a little cautious with pearlescent cards like this. This one's not too bad, but if you burnish them too much, they can get a bit liney. And because this has got to go on foam because it's our backstop, we might, I'm going to put that up. Where is it? No, let's put this piece flat. Now, normally what I would do is I would write on or stamp on this piece prior to sticking it on. Because if I'm going to make a mistake on something, it's going to be something like this. And let's put some foam behind our flower. We should have glued that on, but oh. So, and I've got a tiny bit of room out the edge here. Let's move that up a bit. And a tiny bit at the front here. Right. So let's put our backstop aside. Oh, actually, it needs foam underneath it. I don't know why I cut it that way. Rightio. So let's make this piece first, this middle piece first. So let's stick these two together. Our 4-inch square of the pearl card with our 4 1/8 by 4 1/8 of paper one from Flower Power. And yes, when I did design this piece of paper, as I was designing it, I went, oh, that's going to look really nice with. I don't design it specifically, so it will go with Springtime Tea Party, but I went, oh, that'll look nice with Springtime Tea Party. And it looks good with Runaway Princess and Dreamland as well. So then let's put a couple of pieces of tape here. And we are actually going to burnish those because we don't want this to let go, because this is going to be what holds all this together. Just making sure I've got it the right way around. Stick that on. And then I am going to just burnish that. You can kind of see it. Because it's printed, it's not so bad. But I can see it. I can see that. So in the middle here, we're going to put our kick. Maybe off to the side just slightly. Centering it might be a bit odd. And my vellum slightly moved when I burnished it. See, I was a bit rough. And then Mr. Rabbit's going to go here on a bit of foam. Because we've got a little bit of an Alicia thing going. And if his foot comes down below, that's cool. Let's put a tiny bit down here. Let's tuck our clock in there, flat to the vellum. I don't have a pin. He didn't give me a pin the other day. Dear me, that's Devo. Oh, I have to use a glue that Amelia Ann discombobulated. She's had a good time with this, hasn't she? Also had to cut a bigger hole in it for her. Yeah, not enjoying it since she's used it. So I'm going to put my pocket watch there. But what I'm going to do is actually lift the vellum up. Just tuck a little bit of a security net in there. Oh dear. poor Naomi John got a flat tire last night after gym. And because she's got mag wheels with little tiny low profile tires. Yes, they're little tiny low profile tiles. I can see that now. The wheel brace didn't fit. So let's trim our letter. A postcard, sorry. Better read the comments. Hello, Jacqueline. I love how you layer the embellishment. That's something I need to learn to do. And a lot of it is having them that they sit together and tuck together and join into each other, that they're sort of got a little bit of purpose. Do you know what I mean? So let's cut the stem off this flower so that's going to fit underneath. And let's stick this bottom edge flat, right? And then what we'll do is up the top on the outer edge, we're just going to put a couple of little bits of foam out here on the outer edge, so it's sort of uppy downy. It's, you know, all part of the layers thing. And let's tuck this in here. Let's put some foam behind this rose here. Need something else there. Nope, looks like the rabbit's pooped a macaron. We'll just let that sit there and see if we like it. And then I'm going to put our flare button there. Thanks. Thanks. So let's get a piece of foam. I'm going to stick it here. I'm going to stick it there. I'm going to put some glue on it. And some more glue on the back of this. And we're going to use it to help balance our flare button down there. There we go. So you can see my vellum moved. That's okay. Let's put a little bit of foam behind this bottle. I think I like it. Is that sitting flat? Okay. Yeah. So they sort of tuck it in. Let's stick these three together. So we're going to stick our two frames together. But it's big enough to do the just turn a little piece. There are lots and lots and lots of classes and videos. Like if you go to the class directory, which I have not updated for about 4 or 5 weeks, I will admit it, there are a lot of things that can't be automated with the way we do classes. Yep. And if down the side you click on Springtime Tea Party, to find the class directory, you just go to the online store and then scrapbookfantasies.com.au and then just click on class directory, and if you click on Springtime Tea Party down the side, it will bring up a heap. They're not all on there, but there is a lot in there already. And it's got links. That's the best way to find for a collection. Or brand, like if you want to find all my Minte classes. So we've got this ready to go. I'm going to stick this on here, and I feel like I need to stand up and look at it. But I'm not going to. There we go. When making a card that's going to end up on display, like really end up on display. Now, I've got wet glue, so I don't want to. You kind of need to make sure that you put plenty of adhesive so that it doesn't, you know, fall apart on display. Some people display cards for a long time. So we do need a decent bit on here. And we want a bit on our postcard. That's going to help sandwich it all together. Let's do this. Right, nothing moved. Actually, no. Let's not do that. Let's build a card from this. So we've got this piece. So this was 5 3/4 by 11 1/2. So we're going to fold this in half. Now, how's it going to go? Is it going to crack? No. Might not. It might crack. Probably should score it. This is a Romanesque pearl. No, it's not going to crack. If you know your cardstock cracks, you probably need to score it first. Okay, so I folded it in half. Right? So one of the halves, I'm going to fold back on itself. Right? So one half, I'm going to fold back on itself and bring that edge up to the fold. So you fold it in half, and then one of the halves you're going to fold back on itself up to the fold line. So you get this. So we folded in half, and then we folded one back on itself up to the fold line. So this is where we're going to put our tape, on this top edge here. Right? So we've got that bit, and then this bit that's folded. So it's on this top piece here we're going to put our tape. We're not putting tape on the back of here. We're actually putting our tape on this piece. And we need to tape it well. And we probably do need to burnish this tape on. Let's burnish on the tape. So we've got, so this is where we need to sort of be sort of mindful, right? We need to turn off the scary movie we're watching on Netflix while we're making this card, and we need to be mindful. We're going to remove our tape. Right. So this is up. This is the top, and this is the top here. So we're going to turn this over, look back, top, top, right? Checking again, top, top, top edge here. My mat needs a good scrub. And then we're going to center this in the middle. So this gets centered in the middle of the back of that front we've made. That's why I haven't stuck. I've got paint on my mat. And it just makes little flaky bits. That's why we haven't stuck this on yet. So you could just, this is a critical point here. Let's test it and make sure. The number of times I peeled a card apart because I got called away and I came back and I just whacked it together. So let's get our backstop. Let's put it here. I probably should stick that on first, but I'm going to stick this backstop on so you can see. And I've got an even border on the bottom and the two sides. There we go. Now, why I make this narrower and smaller is because it's easier. If it's smaller, it's easier to center it on here, so you get a nice finish. So if it's centered, it sits really nicely. So it's easy to center it there. But also, when you give the card, it actually, you can't see accidentally any of the other bits because you might have stuck it a bit skewed. So you can stick it a tiny bit skewed and it still looks nice on the front, that you can't see the card on the back. And then when they stand it up, this sort of sits in just a slight bit, an eighth of an inch on each side. And what that does is it just gives it that, you know, that emphasis on the top bit, and it just looks a bit more engineered. Looks like you're a bit of an engineering guru, and you should have, you should be running an aerospace company or something. So let's get this piece and put it in the middle. So what do I think? Let's use the writing. Hopefully I've got the writing on there straight. I don't know if that's straight. Oh, there we go. Let's make sure we stick it on really well. It's there. So this bit of foam here is going to help all of this stay in place as well. Remember, we snuck a bit of glue under there. Rightio. So the points where our card is going to collapse is here. This is the point. This piece here is the piece that's going to take most of the weight, and it will be the piece that collapses. So let's do a little tiny bit of embellishment on the inside. Oh, purple. What do we want a bit of that? So if it's for a wedding card and it's really special, I cover this and have a piece that matches this for the family to write on, and I have a piece in here to write on, or with a quote. I might print a quote or stamp a quote in there, and then this piece has got a piece of pattern paper, this piece has got a piece of pattern paper, and even the base piece has got a piece of pattern paper stuck on it. There is a Shabby card tutorial. I think this looks better. So you're going to have to measure yours. It should be 2 7/8 by 5 3/4. Should be an R and two entirely different things. So let's go a 2 3/4 inch by 5 5/8. So that's an eighth of an inch short of 5 3/4. Let's do that bit. And actually, let's not. Let's do a 5 1/2 by 2 5/8, an eighth short of 3/4. Because this fold, and especially because it's pearlescent card, if I'd done the tiny border, this would have got caught when I opened and closed. This little edge here, down here, would have got caught on the fold. So let's de-stress that. See, I think de-stressing is a better word than distress. De-stress. De-stress has got a little bit more positivity to it, doesn't it? Just de-stressing ourselves by trashing the edges of a piece of paper. And just before class, I was redesigning one of the seamless patterns I have for out and about. I didn't like it. That's okay. I've only got a couple more days to change things. Rightio. So let's stick that in there. And then what that does is that gives this piece a bit more oomph. Like you can even see already, it's got a little bit more oomph in it. There we go. Hello, Mary. Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Beryl. Thank you, Tanya. I have made a mess. I always make a mess. So there we are. I'll show you the... this is going to get out of focus. And it does strobe behind when we get up close. It's weird. There we are. Thank you, Mary. So that's our card, an easel card. It's not specifically... Thank you, Di. Di's over on YouTube. It's not specifically difficult. Thank you, Tanya. But, I mean, yeah. Once you make a few, but it's the key things are like really making sure your area is clean for starters, that you sort of think about, so this piece here, this 6-inch piece needs to be strong. You can't use like flimsy cardstock or flimsy paper for it. I've used our paper, but I do like a piece of cardstock. That's why I started an easel card with something strong like this Romanesque pearl. I can't remember how many GSM it is, but you can see that's another way we can use our vellum. And it's okay that the vellum sits like that. It's going to curl a bit, but you know, that's sort of cute. And the Alicia thing, it's a little bit of an Alicia theme there going on. We've got cake and we got perfume or solution to drink, and we've got our clock and our white rabbit. It's having a coffee with marshmallows. But yeah, we'll miss next week's class having cortisone injection in the spine. Oh, Beryl, I hope it goes well. I'm sure it's going to go really, really well, Beryl. I'm positive it's going to go great and alleviate the pain, and yeah, it'll be good. Thank you, Heather and Jacqueline. So at the top of this post, the post that this is on, like if you click on see more at the top, let me see, there is a kit, and that kit, Tanya, is for this card and tomorrow night's scrapbook page. So at the top of this post it says find the kit for this class here, so there's a link for the kit, which is, you know, what I do ahead. I'm trying to do that ahead of time, so the info's all there for you when you come along to watch the video, and it actually makes it quicker for me because I don't have to come along and do things later. I do less later because I download all of my videos just in case. So all my videos except for a couple from 2020 have been downloaded and stored so that we've got them just in case. Thank you, Antonia. Thank you, Jacqueline. But yeah, there's also a link to the Springtime Tea Party collection there. But yes, there is a kit, and the kit link is there at the top. But it's the kit. That kit will do today and tomorrow night, and it's $16 and includes all of this stuff. So all this is in it. You've got the other two pieces of cardstock, the frame, the two full fussy cut sheets. Oh, I forgot sequins. Does it need them? Just wait. I'm just going to look. I don't think it does. It doesn't need sequins. I don't think. What does it? There's these little hearts. Sorry. There's little clay hearts in here. And there's little pearly sequins. These pale pinky pearl ones. Let's use a couple of them. And then there's these pink sequins. What do they look like? Yeah, there's these like pearl sequins. In 2 sizes there are. I'm trying to remember what I put in this. I made these so long ago. I have to work so far ahead that I do sometimes forget what I've got in things. What-do-you? Oh, that's not working. Actual bottle of Dimensional Magic here. Put a line of it out. I've noticed other people have been starting to do that in some of the videos. I've heard. I've gone and had a look. I have been had people say, "Oh, such and such just started doing that." Okay, it's good, but it's good when people learn different things and try different stuff. That one's a bit bright. Put a little heart here. Oh, 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 oh! It dropped off my tweezers. It's got too much glue on the back of it. I like to tuck the sequins too. I know there's 4 on there, so let's put a 5th one over here. Nope. Yeah, there. Okay. So this heart's got a bit missing. And that's okay. Sorry, I thought I was finished. Let's tuck him in under here so he's just sort of peeking out. Maybe sometimes I do too much tucking in behind. That's okay. And that one is going to kind of hold the vellum down. We've got another little heart here. Deary me. How's that? They don't line up too much? No, it's not too bad. They don't line up exactly. There we go. It's a bit like that, isn't it, Tanya? Thank you, Trish. Yeah, I think the kits are great. We have fun making kits. We're making June kits at the moment. Yeah. Always doing something. So there we go. That's what we did. Sorry about the strobing. It's not good. We had strobing in the early times, but I just, yeah. Just got a brand new phone. I just, yeah. I don't get technology. And because I don't pre-record the videos and can't just do another take, because it's always live, it is a bit of a, yeah, it's a bit of an issue. And my rig is a bit of a shoestring job. But that's okay. I like that. Look at that. So I'm nearly cleaned up. I do like to clean up between. The other day I didn't, and I had to clean up in the video from the previous video. There we are. So we're all good. Saying something well, so yes, thank you. Thank you, Jacqueline. So I love those papers. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Di, over on YouTube. So thank you all very much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed the class. We will be back at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Yeah. Sincerest apologies about the darkness of the video. It's a little dark. I haven't opened the curtains behind me because then I'll cast a big shadow. But yeah, so take care. It's a bit it's quite overcast actually here today. I can see out over the shed and the pool that it's quite cloudy and overcast. It's a bit windy in the backyard. I can see the bananas floating around. So take care, stay safe. We will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Queensland time. So it's Greenwich Mean Time +10 is our time zone here in Queensland. And if you're somewhere else in the world, and take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and hopefully you get to create today. So thank you very much for coming along. Have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you, Heather. Yes, everyone have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you. Stay safe. Bye.